Tonight's episode of America's Hometown Horror is brought to you by our friends at Fangoria Magazine. That's right, the first name in Fright since 1979 is now an affiliate of America's Hometown Horror. And because of that, we can now offer you an exclusive 20% discount on any first-time magazine subscription or merchandise purchase by heading over to shop.fangoria.com and using the code HometownHorrorPod at checkout. That's shop.fangoria.com/HometownHorrorPod, or just use the code HometownHorrorPod at checkout for that exclusive discount on anything from Fangoria. Tonight's episode of America's Hometown Horror is also brought to you by our friends at Horror Facts Magazine. Never heard of Horror Facts Magazine? Well, if you're a horror fan, they're a name that you absolutely should know. You can find them over at horrorfacts.com, and they're a great resource for all things horror, including news, reviews, editorials, and lots of other horror podcasts, not only limited to, but including America's Hometown Horror. So head on over to horrorfacts.com and check them out. Now, let's get on with the show. All right, hello, good evening, and welcome into another episode of America's Hometown Horror. My name is Mike. I'll be hosting you through this movie tonight, this John Carpenter movie tonight. But first and foremost, here's where you can find us on the interwebs if you're so interested in that sort of thing. First place, our website, ahpod.com. It's ahhpod.com. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram. Just search for America's Hometown Horror, and you will find us. You can also email us at hometownhorrorpodcast@gmail.com. And more importantly, you can call us and leave us a voicemail at 508-927-1267. That's 508-927-1267 if you want to leave us a voicemail, and I would encourage you to do so. And, of course, the most important thing you can do for our show is to like or subscribe and review our show, preferably a 5-star review. If you think we do a 5-star job, and leave us a review. That'd be great. Thanks as always to our friend Shauna from Skywheel Media, who's now handling all of our audio and music production. And if you have a podcast you're looking to take to the next level in terms of audio and music production, get in touch with us. We'll put you in touch with Shauna and Skywheel Media. That's correct. All right. Gentlemen, I'm joined by my fellow boys here, Andrew and Matt. Gentlemen, hello. How's it going?
What's up?
What's the deal? How's everybody doing?
What's the deal?
Tuesday.
I don't know what the deal is.
Enjoying this nice new weather.
What is the deal? Tell me.
I don't fucking know. We're here. We're live. We're
on it.
We're doing it live. We're fucking. I'm ready. Let's go.
We'll do it.
We're talking about frogs. I love it. It's my favorite movie. Frogs.
How's everybody been doing? Everybody good?
Yeah, it's been busy, but we're doing.
Time of year. Spring has sprung.
I know.
Yeah, it's nice out.
Birds are chirping. Tadpoles are fucking. It's all good.
Busy time of life, for sure. For sure. Gentlemen, In a Violent Nature is now available to watch in theaters.
Oh
God, I want to see this movie so
I'm gonna go see it
bad.
this week. Is it gonna be available this weekend? I'm not going with anybody. I'm gonna go see it myself.
As of
None
this
of you guys are
recording,
invited
it's
because
supposed
none
to
of you
be
are gonna
in theaters, in select theaters.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, I'm not select. I'm not a chicken.
I don't know.
mean,
Sometimes
Kingston's pretty good.
Kingston's
they
random.
kinda
Yeah,
pop off.
I'm gonna check it off because that movie really strikes a chord. Yeah, I want to see that real bad.
It looks dope.
I've
I heard
heard
it's
there's-
fucking violent as shit.
I've heard there's one kill in it that is like an all-time kill.
Did you listen to The Colors of the Dark part?
I did.
too.
Finally. Yeah, finally.
You guys just listen to the same things,
Yeah,
don't
we
you?
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just jerk off together.
We do.
We tape our dicks together and make a capital H.
Ooh, that's hot. H for hot.
Think about it.
No, but for
Yeah.
real though, I mean,
Hard.
this movie has
Yeah.
Or hung.
this movie
No.
has kind of piqued my interest for quite a while, so I'm certainly interested in
The whole-
seeing
the-
where it
the-
goes.
It's just a different style, which I'm game for. I like it.
It seems like a movie where you are following like Jason Voorhees
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah.
from point of view where he's killing everybody.
You're just
So,
like
yeah,
behind him
seems
the
awesome.
whole time.
yeah, seems cool.
Or Zodiac.
Yeah, I'm into it. So I guess we'll see what happens with this movie. Hopefully it does very well. Guys, are you interested in some other news before we get into tonight's topic?
Always.
Do it.
Michael, give me
All
your
right,
news.
let's do it. All right, so
What's new?
All right, so here's something I am, I guess I'm interested in, and I would be interested to see if you guys are interested in this. But The Strangers Chapter 1 just had the highest domestic horror movie opening of the year.
Wow.
This is the quote unquote remake slash prequel, whatever, of the Strangers movie. That's going to be one of 3 movies.
I'm
coming
hearing
out.
that it's just like they're just breaking up the first one into 3 parts.
Yeah. So
That's weird.
you and I both listen to the same.
I'm just
Color.
pulling,
Okay,
we're
so you
pulling
guys
from the
talk
same
about.
basket.
So, as someone that has not heard or listened to or done anything with this podcast, to me that sounds kind of fucking lame. Just
Mhm.
watch the first one then, like the original.
See,
Like, is this really necessary? Is
Is-
Liv Tyler in this? No,
it's just
No,
a big
no,
no. Well,
no.
I think
no.
it's actually an improvement that she isn't.
I like Liv Tyler.
Do you really?
She's great in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's why.
Sexy as fuck.
I just
Isn't she like
find
an elf?
Yeah.
this type of
What makes her
filmmaking
sexy? Is
potentially
she?
annoying because hey, this movie, like let's just make 3 of them before
No,
we
let's
even know
not
that the
do
first
any of
one
that.
is successful, which I think is annoying and stupid and crazy and whatever.
Definitely
But
Dude,
one of the
it's not
worst
like this movie
trends
came
right
out
now.
30 fuck years ago. This movie came out like 14 years ago. Are people too fucking stupid to just be like, hey, I'll just watch this movie that came out 14 years ago? Or they're like, duh, my
Well-
brain doesn't work. I don't know what movie name is. I don't have someone tell me what to watch. Shut the fuck up. I can't.
Here
I
he goes.
here we
You know what
go.
I mean? It's like, you want to make a remake
There
from a movie
we
from 40
go.
years ago, I'm on board. Dude, this movie came out like in my lifetime when I was an adult. So since I was able to drink, this movie has now come out
Twice.
18 times.
Well, for what it's worth, almost 12 million at the box office, which I say
For
to
what it's
you,
worth, 12 million retards went and saw this movie. Cool. and I'm not. I know.
Guys, maybe
saying
watch-
that movie.
maybe-
Timestamp. Do we have a timestamp on that?
No.
Because we want a timestamp.
We should just start throwing
620.
bleeps.
620.
620.
Just maybe go see the original movie. Like, why do we
The
need
original
to see
movie's
all of
phenomenal.
this? It's great. It's so good.
Awesome.
Like,
Great
why?
movie.
I agree though. I don't really know what's up with this whole like automatically signing on for like 3 movies.
It certainly did not work out well for
Anything.
the Exorcist trilogy that
Yeah.
they were going to do, which apparently is now being
Halloween.
resurrected for Mike Flanagan. Apparently, did you guys see that?
Yeah, I did, but it's
It's like,
come on,
oh
dude.
God, no! Like,
That though, like I'm not interested. I'm not interested in any of this redone shit. We've seen it plenty of times. Can you just make a new movie? How about a new movie? I know it doesn't have some fucking galaxy that it's some universe. It's not the same universe. Looks like your skin's falling off there. Yeah, your skin is falling off because no one's interested in this bullshit movie. It makes my brain melt that like this is what we have to do with movies now because we've proven over the last like 7 to 10 years that you don't need to do this to make good horror movies. So why do they keep doing it?
people still
Are
feel
they
the
are
need.
they are they just
Money.
brain
It's
dead?
just money.
No, it's not money though.
It
They're
is
not
money.
making money. They're losing money when they do this. Every time they do this, they lose money. They go, "We're not going to make another horror movie because we lost all this money
We
because
have
we're
too much money.
because our executives are absolute morons." They need to stop putting faith into the people that like the puppets that work at these companies and actually talk to the people that are interested in horror and that write and direct these movies. Talk to those people. They'll give you a little tidbit on what you're supposed to do, not your executives who are absolute idiots that just are just
If I may,
wild.
to go on your point, here's an example of something where they let the creatives do their thing and it worked out very, very well. I know it's not horror related, but my God, X-Men 97, holy fucking shit.
Yeah,
How much you can talk about this, bro?
I fucking love this show. It was fantastic.
I've heard
and
nothing but good things.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
plus, I mean, like, hey, it's the perfect example of like letting creative people do their thing, where it's like, hey, we're going to do our thing. And you are not going to interfere, all of the Marvel executives. And it was great. It was so good because
James Gunn didn't just show up and ruin everything.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, James Gunn is now about to ruin DC, apparently.
That guy's a
Not
loser.
Marvel, not
That guy's a
Marvel.
loser. No one has time for that guy. Oh, James Gunn, he's such a good guy. He's an idiot. I feel like James Gunn is like the actual name of like the serial killer from Silence of the Lambs.
It's, I mean,
Isn't it Jamie Gunn or James? I think it's James.
oh,
Gunn.
Jame Gum.
James Gum. Yeah.
Jame Gum.
Jane
yes.
Gum.
Captain Gum. That guy's an idiot.
Bubble
I have no
gum.
time for these franchises and just
That's
let
okay.
let creative people make their movies and let the executives of all these big Warner Brothers or whatever stay the fuck out of the way. No one has time for you.
That's the big example, I would say. Like, let creative people do creative things and do not look at a particular movie as an
Yeah.
item on your ledger.
Get out
Like,
Yeah, you
let-
pay them money
let-
for a reason.
for sure.
Let them prove their worth, and if they're not worth it, then we'll prove it.
Hey, by the way, as of this recording, it's pretty frequently that this happens, but there is a new Stephen King short story collection called You Like It Darker that's out now, and I, for one, am going to be purchasing it very shortly.
Yeah, I'll be picking up a hardcover.
I was hoping that the pre-order price would drop when it was time to actually order it, when it was live, but I was like,
Books are mad expensive, dude.
What's that
25
cost?
$25 for the audiobook. I was like, yeah,
That's a
like,
lot.
yeah, that's
I'd
a
rather
lot.
just spend 10
Mike, you
more
spend it
dollars
on
to
your
get the
fucking
actual
Crypt Keeper T-shirt, so I think you can buy a book for that much.
That's also true, Andrew. Yes, I agree with you. But apparently this book is getting very good reviews.
I heard it's fucking pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Banger.
It's kind of, so there's 12 stories.
It's got a sequel to Cujo.
Yeah, sequel to
Shit,
Cujo is
somehow
one of the
it's
well worth
stories,
$25
and there's a lot of other stories that are.
Cujo have some babies.
I think it just has. I'm not 100% sure. I think it just is another like animal story.
It's from my understanding, it is the continuation of the story of the family from
After.
Cujo. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucking miserable.
Mm-hmm. So
Sounds
Oh,
good.
man.
I guess we'll have to see. But it's called You Like It Darker, which is based on a oh god, what's his name? The guy that did a song for the second season of True Detective. Stuart Cohen.
Oh, Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen. Yes, thank you.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
That guy's not the guy.
That guy. That's
That
the guy.
guy, really?
That's the guy.
It's random.
Anyway, so guys, by the way, next topic, the new trailer
Lenny.
and first reactions for Longlegs
Mm.
are.
I haven't seen the new trailer yet.
So I
Me neither.
ask you, have you seen the new trailer? You both said no. Have you seen these reactions?
People are cheesing.
If I haven't seen the trailer, I haven't seen whose reaction.
I have just seen that
Just some
people are
random people.
people are
Dude,
excited.
People are
Are they, like,
are digging it.
Losing their fucking mind.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
anticipated to be the best horror movie.
It's gonna be. 100% gonna be.
To which I say, I remain skeptical because I don't necessarily know that everybody else telling me that something is very good means that it's
it.
going to be
I
good for
bet
me.
you it's not gonna be Skinamarink though. So.
Well, Skinamarink was a
Here we
very
go.
particular type of movie.
No,
This-
we're not doing that.
So if I were to tell you, Andrew, I can
Don't
tell
tell
you,
me
you're
Skinamarink
going to be
Particular
angry.
type of movie. It's
Liminal.
It's not a type of any movie. It's a
Andrew.
piece of shit.
So can I read you? Can I read
Stop
you some
calling that a
reactions?
movie. It drives me.
Can I read-
I want to hear the people's choice. What do the people have to say?
Let's see. Here's one.
God, I loved it.
Already quite confident that Longlegs is my favorite Oz Perkins film. Those teasers sell it well. The mystery/unsolved serial killer case is wildly fascinating and hugely unnerving. No spoilers, of course, but where things land,
So what do we got? Black
I've
Coat's
never
Daughter.
seen anything quite like it.
So we have Black Coat's Daughter. What's the other one? What else?
I actually don't know, but I love Black Coat's Daughter.
No, it's a fantastic movie. I just didn't know what else we're comparing this to.
I wanted to pull up this one thing here, which compares it to Silence of the Lambs. Hold on.
Yeah, I get. So I kind of already was like leaning in that direction that it was going to be in like that vein of like being like a really, really tight procedural
Yeah, let's-
thriller, but it just
Before we
like, it
start
just-
comparing things to Silence of the Lambs, hold it in a little bit. Talking about a classic.
I just meant like in terms of like
No,
tone.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
you. I'm just saying
Yeah.
people in general. They're saying like, yeah, tone, yeah, but it's I hope this movie bangs. I think this movie's gonna bang.
gonna
I think this
bang.
movie's gonna have long legs, and we're all gonna
And
be
all-
intrigued
yeah,
by
it's
it.
gonna be
Be like,
gonna be
who's
a
that
great one.
sexy lady with them?
I feel like I
long
saw there
legs?
was one exact example where somebody was saying this is a modern Silence of the Lambs, but I can't find it at this point. But Here's the most recent one that I can find. Long Legs builds tension and does not let up with an eerie use of colors to enhance dread. Micah Monroe gives a pained performance while Nicolas Cage's maniacal acting cranks up the unrelenting discomfort. So count me.
See, I'm
Even more
a
all
little
in
little
on this
worried
movie
that maybe
than I was.
Nicolas Cage could ruin this movie.
No, I don't think
You
so.
think so?
Dude.
No.
No, did
I don't
you
think so
you
either.
watch that movie Dream Scenario that he was in
Not
last year?
seen that movie.
It's on Max.
Dude, he's in 8,000.
I know, it's crazy. That movie that's the best Nicolas Cage performance probably since like Raising Arizona. Like it is
Okay.
fucking great.
because he's a
Or
very
like
good
Leaving
actor.
Las Vegas, like it's like I mean
On that
not
level.
Oscar worthy like that was, but dude, it's like
Gone in
it's
60
in
seconds.
his top echelon.
National
movies.
Treasure. That's pretty good too.
You know, it's funny.
Just
Even
joking.
as a kid, I was like, "Oh, this movie's boring."
No, he's just such a like goof actor now.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
he's like
he
he's like
has
Vincent
bangers.
Price on like crack.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. He's got bangers though.
Oh, he does. But there's so many. You go, who's in that? Who's in that? He's been in like 15 movies.
He's
in
in
the
like
last
6
12
movies a year.
Yeah, he's in like 6 movies this year. Like I was like, oh, Mike, you just got nominated. Like the people at the Cannes Fest, whatever. The fuck, Cannes gave him a standing ovation for his surfer movie that he was in this year. I'm like, how many fucking movies is this guy in? But Arcadian, anyone seen that?
No, not yet. Did you see it?
No.
You were talking about renting it, so I didn't know if you actually had or not. But
Thought about it, and then I realized. I don't know.
it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be really good, actually. Speaking of Oz Perkins and Stephen King, so they are producing a new horror movie with James Wan and Stephen King called The Monkey, which is based on a short story from, I believe, Stephen King's 1981 collection, Night Shift. Is it Night Shift or is it a different one?
Skeleton Crew?
Skeleton Crew. Okay, fair enough. But that is apparently moved over to Neon, which
Oh,
Gives me-
that's a good hope.
Yeah.
gives me the feels because apparently this is moving from some other, stupid studio to a good one. And Neon's giving me all sorts of good stuff this year.
Yeah, they're hitting it.
Yep. So
Did
I'm
you
into
watch
it.
Immaculate?
Not yet.
Okay. It's
You
good.
liked it though,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's good.
Yeah. Have you seen it
I
yet?
haven't seen it yet. no.
Okay. 'Cause I
It's
know
on my watch list. I really want to watch it for many reasons.
you did text me and Matt a couple weeks ago being like, hey,
Yeah, I watched Frog.
I'm having a Sunday. I want to watch like 3 horror movies. I'm up between Arcadian, Frogman, and Immaculate.
I watched Frog.
Frogman, which
And I liked Frog.
I know, which
I'm a fan of the Frog.
I still need to watch.
Immaculate's cool because it's like quick.
Yeah.
You get right into it and then
I
it's
like
over.
quick.
So
Cool. I am down.
Mhm.
You guys interested in more news about the Friday the 13th universe? Which apparently there's been some news.
every spring I watch all of them. So I'm in the midst of doing that now. I got to finish up number 2. It's harder to do now because I have a kid. So it's like finding the time.
How many are there? 10?
Yeah.
So you watch all of them?
I don't really like Jason X. So I usually stop at Jason Goes to Hell. And then I'll do Freddy vs. Jason.
So how many is that?
10.
Okay.
I just skip Jason
See,
X and I
so-
watch Freddy vs.
See,
Jason instead.
oh, Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
Actually, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I put this in the news section because I know you are a huge fan, Matt, of Friday the 13th, and for some reason I can't get this thing to load. So, fuck it. Fuck
Sounds
it.
like a personal problem.
But apparently there is a new thing, a new universe they're going to do with Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees, to which I'm like,
Who's in this? Who's in said universe?
I read the quotes about what they were looking to do with it, and the executives pretty much said a whole lot of nothing. So it's just
Can we get like
okay.
a Dilbert and Friday the 13th? Like,
Right?
Can
The
that
Dilbert
be-
and Friday the
yes,
13th
can that be the
crossover.
universe? Like, what are we doing? Like at this point, like, what's the? It's Dilbert and Jason. They're gonna be having office interesting office.
Wacky antics.
Yeah, he's gonna wear like a fun tie. and
Yeah,
he's
his
gonna be like, I
tie's
don't
gonna
like
be
your
flipping
fucking
upward.
tie, buddy. And he's gonna stab him in the face with a fucking axe.
Let's see.
Like, what are we doing?
So I have it right here again. It
The
finally-
news
it
makes me
finally
so
pulled up.
mad.
I'm sorry.
I've actually realized like, my blood pressure's at a fucking
Let's see.
all-time
So
high.
this was apparently reported, exclusively by IGN. They can exclusively report that Horror Incorporated Horror
Exclusive. Are you
Incorporated,
sure it's
who I've never heard
exclusive?
of, is expanding the Friday the 13th franchise into a new era with the launch of Jason Universe, not the Jason Universe, just Jason Universe. New Friday the 13th activations will span a wide range of platforms,
Who the fuck wrote this?
from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more to be announced throughout 2024 via Jason Universe 13 on social media or by visiting the official Jason Universe website.
And who wrote this?
So,
This is Cat GPT right now. Like,
Horror-
what was that?
Horror Incorporated, apparently.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Horror Incorporated.
This would be
Like a real thing.
if like we weren't actually into what we did and wrote something. We were like, oh, hey, we acquired the rights to.
Hey, you know the guy with the mask?
Yeah.
He's got a chainsaw. Might kill you. He's coming back tomorrow night, and you got to be ready for him because he's gonna fuck
Got a
up
hockey
shit.
mask.
Gonna fuck you.
He's gonna kill you and your mother.
He's got a hockey
I'm
mask.
like, what the
He's got a
fuck?
hockey- he's got a
Guys,
hockey-
he's got a hockey mask.
You know Jerry Cheevers? He's wearing that mask.
They're like, we're updating it. He's getting a
Yeah.
whole hockey goalie's helmet.
Yeah, it's gonna say like Bruins on the side.
Yeah.
Also, Brian Fuller, who
got
did
leg
the
pads,
bangin' Hannibal TV series. Let's remove him from the creative process of the Friday the 13th series, and let's just do.
Oh, he was
whatever
in
we
that?
want. Oh yeah, he was going to be directing the.
Oh, he's not doing it anymore.
Nope, that's the latest thing.
Out,
Out, kind of out.
dude. It's just like,
I mean, I've seen like one, maybe two fucking Friday the 13th movies. So. No offense.
no, dude.
Matt,
I get it.
Matt's a
They're-
big fan.
yeah, I like them, and they are corny. Like they're not all good,
But they're your
some
corn.
of them
You
are.
like corn.
Yeah, but some of them, I do.
I like corn.
Some of them are good though. Like you still have like your like 1, 2, 4, 5, and I personally like Jason Goes to Hell. People hate that movie. I think it's fucking sick. But
I like Freddy versus Jason.
Freddy versus Jason.
I love that movie.
I like Alien versus Predator. I love those types of movies.
It's fun.
Terrible.
But dude, to like just like keep hammering away at it, it's just like, dude, it's like already like which I think the IP is like really difficult to get.
Yeah.
Like I think it's tied up in some sort of copyright thing with like New Line Cinema or Paramount or whoever the fuck. And I know it was like a nightmare to try and fucking do what they're doing. So it's cool. Like, you know what? Like it's like how I always say, dude, if I don't like it, it's like fuck it, whatever. I'm still going to enjoy the other one.
Of
So,
course.
yeah.
Because isn't this like Saw now at this point?
I mean, I don't
Or
know.
is it
dude,
Saw
well,
this?
It's like being a horror fan. It's just like it's just like you just fucking you do it anyway.
Yeah, but sometimes you say no.
But you get
I
tired.
said-
You're
I
like, what the
said
fuck?
no.
Yeah,
Like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Fucking
yeah. I
bugged.
didn't like that
I
at
would
all.
go with
That really fucking bummed me out. I was
That was
like,
so upsetting. 'cause
to
it was
like
so
see
bad.
like Leatherface like ripping through the lens of somebody's like Instagram live. I was like, what a fucking way to just disrespect
Mm.
the grittiness and hard work that Toby
That's the
Hooper
opposite
put together
of
for the
grittiness.
original
That
movie.
is the opposite of what that movie is.
It was so fucking stupid, dude. Like, and it's just like, but that's the thing. It's like all I have to do is just not fucking watch it.
And nobody liked that movie, which makes me feel better. That's where people get me wrong. Like I'm all for horror, but when a bad movie is made and it deserves to get shit on, that's props to the original. That's just showing that like we don't need this.
Well, the
We're not
Texas
interested in
Chainsaw,
this.
Texas Chainsaw has suffered from
A lot of bad
so many
fucking-
bad sequels, dude.
but everyone has
I
always
do
stood
like
true.
too.
But to have, I
but-
do like the one with Jessica Biel. I won't.
Well, the remake's cool,
the
but
remake's
Texas
fine.
Chainsaw 2
Oh, that one
with like
okay.
Dennis Hopper and stuff like that.
Dennis
that
Hopper's
movie's pretty rad.
Well, first
Like,
off, Dennis Hopper is one of the premier
Bill
actors of our
Moseley's in it, too.
generation.
I
Bill
mean,
Moseley's in
well
that movie?
before our generation.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
he's-
sure.
Our,
what's his
like
name?
our dad's.
What's his name?
Because he's
Chop
fucking
Top,
old
Chop
as
Top,
shit,
Chop
dude.
Top.
You know what I just watched 3 from Hell.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's terrible. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Well,
What the fuck?
ask Rob Zombie about that. Speaking of slasher movies getting 4K releases and begging for reprisals,
Butcher,
according to
Baker, Nightmare right here?
Bloody Disgusting. I had to bring this up for you, my friend Andrew,
That is
because
funny.
you are certainly of the opinion that when we talk about a movie, that it becomes popular.
I am
culture.
of that opinion because it
Mm.
has happened like
It is
multiple times.
it is like coincidental
Certainly a
that it keeps
coincidence.
happening.
It's been like 5-6 times,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
recently. Because every time you're like, Hey, guess what? In the news, by the way, I know we just talked about this movie, but on Bloody Disgusting.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting that we just talked.
We're
with them.
just ahead of we're
We're
ahead of the
just
curve.
slightly ahead of them. You're listening. I know you're listening. Don't fucking lie to me, Bloody.
We're ahead of the curve.
Now let's keep
I would,
track.
dude. It'd be
Let's
so
keep track
fun
of
to
that.
be.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously one of your favorite.
Oh, it's a
80s
fantastic
deep
movie.
cuts.
Dude, the 4K. And
I enjoyed that
I was
movie a lot
just
more than I
talking
thought I
to
would.
one of my friends because I'm like, I love collecting things and I want to collect baseball cards. It's fucking waste of time. I think I'm gonna get back into,
Movie.
or I think I'm gonna get into just physical media.
Dude,
Start collecting.
let me know because I have, dude. I have so.
And I'm like,
many
if I just buy
fucking
one
resources.
movie a month, like a 4K, like I
Yeah.
want the nice
Dude,
box.
it's like playing golf, bro.
once a month. I'm just
Well,
gonna.
the thing is,
spend $50.
what happens is you like if you get from the boutique sites, they're expensive. Like but
just
they
text
do,
me some sites that I should buy from.
but they do deals. Like every few months, they do deals, and
Bozo
you can
does
make a
the job.
killing, dude. But
Also,
there's also Facebook groups where people have massive collections that they're constantly
Mm-hmm.
downsizing and selling, and you can fucking make a killing on that. I just got The Church and The Sect, which is the same director as Cemetery Man.
Yeah.
I forget his name off the top of my head, but I just got both of those for
Church is
$20,
wild.
dude.
It's
Both
fantastic.
Blu-ray, great little
Great,
releases. So.
great get. I want to. I feel like I want to be because like the other
It's
day
cool.
I was thinking about how much I missed just like CDs.
Well, the thing too
Because
is
I
like,
fucking love CDs. I want a CD player. I want to listen to music. I want to have.
don't get a record player.
No, I want a CD player. A CD player is. What
I
you
have
take-
one. I never
It's
use
a waste
it.
of fucking.
I love
Yeah,
CD
yeah,
players. I
yeah.
think every new car should have a CD player. We should stop getting rid of them. I also think that like the newer generation would prefer CD players.
I think CDs sound the best out
It's
of
the
any.
best. It's
yeah.
the best sound portfolio that exists.
The other thing too is the cool thing about getting your own movies and collection is like, dude, that is your own privately
You own that.
curated.
Yeah, your curated collection, and it's not.
Those are the
requiring,
movies
like,
that
doesn't
you
require
want.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. No.
It's me. This is your dad.
And when all these
Speaking.
companies,
Here he is.
when all of these companies finally cave, and then it just becomes fucking cable.
And then you
again.
get nothing. And then you nothing. All gone. Everything you bought, all these bullshit movies you bought, you get nothing. No,
Yeah.
I want physical media, and I don't even need to watch it.
I
just
watched our
want them
movie
in the
tonight on my
box.
copy that I own.
Dude, I just want to stare at the cover and be like, look at this cover.
Well, you know what's cool too? I love this. This is just like a fucking horror nerd thing, but a lot of like Arrow and Scream Factory and like a lot of other ones, they do reversible like covers. So they offer you their new artwork or the original like released movie poster,
I
which
want the original.
I always flip them over.
Yeah.
I always do the original one. So
Yeah, well,
I get
my,
all those nice like
so they have like
VHS.
dually and you can switch it.
Yeah, it's just
Ooh,
like
that's
double-sided.
nice.
So it's like you get like the VHS cover
Yeah.
as well. So
Speaking of Carpenter, my thing 4K DVD.
How big
that
is
I
your
have.
thing?
my thing.
you have a bigger one than I do.
I do.
By at least a.
I have
half
a very boring one.
I think last I heard is yours is very thick.
Well, my thing is just like it's just like the basic.
It's got a lot
His
of.
thing's got a lot more to
Yeah, he's
offer.
got a lot of fucking.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Sponges, fucking
A lot of special features.
special
A lot of
features,
special
a lot of
features.
pubes,
Commentary.
not pubes, but like public announcements. Segments.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
I think it's time that we move on from the news and our topic right now. And why don't we talk about The Fog? But before we do that, I want to take a quick pause for a word from our sponsors for 90 seconds. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be right back.
It's official. The critics' decision is in.
Spooky World is spooktacular.
Enter the new black hole.
If you dare.
Or the new horror House of Wax. This year, don't miss the real Jason, Bobby Pickett, or Alice Cooper. Phone the 24-hour Spooky World hotline. 508-838-0200. That's 508-838-0200. Spooky World is just west of Boston and haunts every night from October 1st till November 1st. If you had the nerve, you'd phone 508-838-0200.
It's America's horror theme park. Spooky World. Sleepy Clovers.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The new face of evil is going to scare you to death. Barrett's Haunted Mansion. It's killer this year. Then read next door to the Abington Ale House. Barrett's Haunted Mansion. Eat, drink, and be scary. go to bhmansion.com.
All right, we're back. Guys, I'm so excited to talk some John Carpenter tonight. It's been a while since we've done this. And I think this is now the fourth John Carpenter movie that we've covered on this podcast. Matt might not have been here for all of them, but I know we've covered Halloween.
I was here for that one.
Yep.
I
you
think
were
that was
for that.
one of the first episodes you guys had me on.
The
for.
Thing,
The Thing. They
Halloween
Live.
3.
No, actually, well,
That's
that's
not John Carpenter.
technically a
it's
Carpenter-produced
fair enough.
movie.
Oh,
Excuse me. Sorry.
Tommy Lee Wallace.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Big Dick.
They Live, and
Yep.
now The Fog, which I think honestly might be like my third or fourth favorite Carpenter movie, which I'll be interested to hear what you
The
guys
Frog?
think about this movie. The Frog.
I will always call this movie The Frog now.
The
Just so
Frog.
you know, this movie is called The Frog.
Rivet,
The
rivet,
Frog.
rivet, rivet. So, in case you have not heard of this movie before, The Fog is a 1980 American supernatural horror film directed by John Carpenter, who also co-wrote the screenplay with Deborah Hill, and Carpenter also created the music for the film. It stars Adrienne Barbeau, who was married to John Carpenter at the time, in her
that.
feature film debut.
I also didn't know
Is
that.
she the radio show host?
She is.
She's a babe.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins, Janet Leigh, who is Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, and Hal Holbrook.
Hal Holbrook, always good.
Always great.
Fantastic.
Would also go on to star in Creep Show.
The girl that plays Alice in Halloween is in this too.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
You can see when you're watching this movie all of the John Carpenter threads, because there is not only Annie Brackett,
Mhm.
Chief Brackett. They're
Oh,
both
is her
in this
name Annie?
movie.
Did I say Alice? Okay,
yep.
sorry.
Yep, they're both in this movie, along with a lot of other people, which is really good. Tells the story, by the way, of a strange glowing fog that sweeps over a small coastal town in Northern California, bringing with it the vengeful ghosts of leprous mariners who were killed in a shipwreck a
Leprous?
century before.
Leprous.
It was also remade in 2005. Boo! We want to talk
Oh
about that.
yeah! Wow, it's like
Mhm.
the worst of all time.
No thanks. Has been called one of the worst remakes of all time. This is just another example of like how John Carpenter was ahead of his time, and people did not listen to him when he was making these movies. And it's just like, how do you not listen to this fucking guy that's making all these bangers? In the 90s, John Carpenter mentioned during an interview with Fangoria magazine that he was interested in producing an anthology series based on The Fog. However, the proposed
Masters of Horror?
series would at first not have featured any of the characters from Antonio Bay. Instead, the titular fog, by the
You
way,
use that word. Wait.
it's in my description here,
Yeah, is it?
would have
It's
served
like
as a
tits.
catalyst for other supernatural stories elsewhere. So basically, the fog was going to be stories elsewhere. So the fog rolls in other places, creates a supernatural story.
It's like a ghost
Would have been
story. Here we
great.
go. What's
Really?
happening?
That's
What's
also
up?
what he wanted to do with Halloween. So like he had
And he
these
did
ideas.
it with to an extent, and then it got like he did Halloween 3. He did push that, right?
I mean, to an extent,
That was supposed to be like, yeah.
it was supposed to be more of what
He tried to
wanted.
do what he wanted to do, and everyone told him, "No, we don't want that.
No, John.
which is ridiculous.
You don't get to do that." No, yeah, because people are stupid.
Yeah.
And I will always believe that people are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't care about what anyone thinks is cool.
Well, anyway,
Stupid.
in 2005, instead of this, we got the remake, which was
Did you see
bad.
that movie?
Nope, never seen it.
Oh,
You've never
it's
seen it? Did you
it's-
see it?
It's yeah, dude.
Oh, it's that bad?
It's
Yeah.
very bad.
Any babes in it?
No.
No babes.
John,
no babes.
John Carpenter, by the way, was happy to take the paycheck to do this. Did it?
To do what? The
Not
Fog?
great. The Fog remake.
Oh, the remake.
Oh,
okay.
Oh yeah, just taking a check. This movie, by the way,
Are
if
you
you
mad
want,
for that?
if you
seem mad
want,
about that.
no, I'm not mad about that at all.
Same.
No, I'm happy that he said no. It's available to rent right now. Unfortunately, it's not streaming anywhere. So if you're looking for it on
You can
VOD
also
or
you can
anything
also
else-
rent it for free if you subscribe for a 1 week subscription to whatever the fucking Movieplex or whatever that was. I was like, it's free. It's a free week of watching this.
I own it,
Garbage movies.
so I watched it. On
Matt owns it.
I have
Yeah.
it on
No, but the
4K.
movies were garbage. I mean, I watched. You know,
That's
things
okay.
that I would watch. What is it? Fucking with Johnny Depp, my
We'll
favorite.
circle back. Pirates of the Caribbean.
No,
It was funny.
Sleeping
Sarah
Hollow.
watched
It's
it.
certainly this is
Devil's the Ninth Gate. Devil's
what
is it? Ninth Gate?
no ninth gate.
Oh, from hell.
No,
I don't know.
What is
you,
Ninth
you-
Gate?
you tell me. I'm
What
trying.
is Ninth
I'm
Gate?
trying here.
isn't that the Johnny Depp movie?
Yeah.
With that
The
guy.
Roman
Yeah, the Roman
Polanski
Polanski
movie?
Yeah,
movie.
that movie's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's great.
That was available on there. I watched that, and then I watched Sleepy Hollow, and then I fell asleep.
There you go.
Right.
I was watching, so I put this on last night, and Sarah watched it with me, and she'd never seen it before, and she was thinking, she's like, "Is this like the Stephen King one?" I was like, "No, that's The Mist."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "So what is this about?" I was like,
Very common confusion.
as
Way
I
different.
as I popped the disc into the player and I put it in, I turned around. She was like, "Well, what is this?" And I was like, "It's about ghost pirates."
Mhm.
And she looked at me. She's like, "That's fucking stupid." She's like, "Is Johnny Depp in it?" And I was like, "No."
No. But you know who is in this? Tom Atkins.
But that's why I said, I'm like, but Tom Atkins
Jamie
is
Lee
in it.
Curtis?
Yeah.
he doesn't even have
Janet
a
Leigh?
mustache. Doesn't need a mustache.
Yeah.
He's still,
He's still pulling babe.
such a stud that he doesn't even need a mustache.
He bangs chicks.
He certainly does.
Dude, he was 44 in this movie. She was 21. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well,
I was
dude,
like,
look
Tom
at
Atkins. What are we
Halloween
doing?
3, dude. He bangs that,
well,
that chick in that movie.
So
is
what year was that? Halloween 3 was what? At least 5.
It was after this.
83?
It was after.
So
this.
that's 3 years after this. So he's now 47. And who is the babe that he's slaying?
The daughter of the dead guy.
I don't know that her
The-
actress's
the
name.
daughter of the
She's
dead
probably
guy.
22 at most. Like,
Yeah,
he's
I
just
think
like,
she was 22.
His mustache is just pulling more pussy than I could ever pull in my entire life. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It's very offensive. I find it offensive.
Oh, dude,
Some
he's
of
a
this.
charmer, man. And
He's-
the
he's
funniest
handsome.
part is like he picks
He's
her
not
up.
handsome. He looks
No,
like a
he's-
monster.
No, he doesn't, dude. He's
He's a
a
good-looking
well
guy.
clean cut guy, and he's
I think you like
smooth.
dudes.
He's smooth.
No, I think you like dudes.
He's smooth. Tom Atkins is he's a fucking cool dude, and that's
His dialect
There's a
is very-
reason. There's a reason John Carpenter kept you.
Yeah, because yeah, I wonder why. He was probably best friends. He was like, this guy tried to fuck me in the ass, and I was like, you know what? I better give him a role in this movie. Maybe he will stop trying to bang me. And he's like, yes, that is the role.
I don't think that's how it went,
I
but
don't think so either.
no, that I
Look
love.
back, IMDb it.
I love that he picks up Jamie Lee Curtis as a hitchhiker, and they kind of hang out and have a conversation, and it cuts away for a little bit, and then it comes back, and they're just in bed together. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
Randomly, I'm
look
like,
at this guy.
I'm like, man, this guy doesn't
This
waste any
guy
time.
nails it, and he's like, oh, by the way, I have a question. I was like, what's your name?
Yeah. Also,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Also,
Dude.
she asked him.
Dog.
She's like,
Absolute dog.
she's like, are you
dog.
weird? He's like, yeah, I'm fucking weird.
Yeah,
I
he's
was
like drinking
what is
while
this even-
just
yeah,
openly
just drinking a
drinking while
bud,
driving.
just a butt heavy.
Do you want some
Just
beer?
hanging out. You want some
Yeah.
beer? And she's like, yeah, I love beer. You're weird, aren't you?
Oh, God.
I mean, it's fine.
One of the things is this the neck this was Carpenter's next movie after Halloween.
It was. So actually, no. I believe it was Assault on Precinct 13, followed by Halloween, and then I believe it was this movie. If I'm not
Assault
Because
on
if you
Precinct
look at this movie compared to Halloween, Halloween's a very simple movie. There's not really a lot of moving parts. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty straightforward. This movie, I was watching it last night, and when it was the dude doing the autopsy and the guy with no eyes and everything.
Wild scene.
Yeah,
Wild
it's a
scene.
cool scene, but I was just like, man, this is such a more in-depth movie. That picture's wild.
Mhm. Especially when you see John Carpenter in this movie. He's the priest's
yeah.
side hand.
The but it's so it's just so much more than Halloween.
It's a
And
fantastic
without
film.
this movie, I don't think you get The Thing.
No,
I think this is a crucial stepping stone towards him directing that.
I couldn't agree more.
But
I think
I was enjoying watching this again last night.
so. You have his directorial debut is Dark Star. Then you get Assault on Precinct 13, which obviously is a very influential movie that got a remake.
Yeah, that
Then you
movie's
have
cool.
Halloween. Then you have The Fog. Then you have Escape from New York. Then you get The Thing,
Mhm.
Christine,
Which
Star.
even more so
This
than
is a very basic movie, but it hits on levels that are unknown.
I think
I find this movie extremely basic. When
I think
first
the
started
mythos
watching
of it is
the mythos of it, like
if
everything.
I may, whenever
So I
you're
had never
ready,
seen this movie.
you
before.
go and then I'll go.
I
after.
was.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen this, which is
Yes.
a wild,
Which is
fucking-
nuts.
which
that's
is a
okay.
wild
It's kind of
crazy.
it's kind kind of a deep cut.
It's a little bit of a deep
Yeah,
cut.
it's
And
not
it's
the most
also
popular
like
movie.
I don't look at John Carpenter and want to jerk him off. I know you do, Mike. So that's you. You can want to do that, and that's fine.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
No,
Well,
it's fact.
You're like
It's not wrong.
other directors. You want to jerk off? That's fine.
Yeah,
But,
I
okay,
love directors. I
continue.
jerk off a lot of directors.
I know.
Not
Yes.
Never
Carpenter.
once seen you in a movie.
Carpenter to me. The Fog, I looked at when you told me about it, and you're like, this movie. I was like, I felt like this was the most basic of basic fuck movies that any movie could have ever been. But then I watched this movie, and now having seen this movie, I was thoroughly impressed. This
Yeah.
movie fucking rocks.
This is right up your alley.
This is
Yeah.
the most quintessential 80s horror movie. Great fucking soundtrack. Fucking Carpenter.
Carpenter
Always
makes his
slams
own
it.
music,
Always
always.
slams it with
Yep,
his own
Yep,
music.
always.
Nails it. Never doesn't nail it. Hal Halliburton or whatever his fucking name is.
Hal Holbrook.
Hal Holbrook. Phenomenal. Awesome. The ending of this movie is a fucking smash.
Yeah.
The end of this movie is so well done because it seems like such a it's such a like cheesy movie to that point. Like it's actually like a very watching this I was like, this movie's corn. This movie's got a lot of corn, very cheesy, very corny. I don't know what I think about it. And you get like the fucking Babe radio station host, like, oh hey, we're out here on KTVN in San Antonio Bay. And then this fucking weird fucking fog rolls in with like their lights shining and people are like, they die. Movie fucking rocked. I love it.
If I may,
If
I
you
think-
may, movie's got corn on it. Plenty of corn.
It's
Let's
80s.
not act like this
Yeah.
movie isn't. Yeah, it's perfect
Certainly
80s.
corn.
Perfect 80s.
So I think all the reasons that you mentioned were a lot of the reasons that I like this movie.
Yeah,
Because yes, there's some corn here, but this would also not be shocking if it were ripped from an episode of Tales from the Crypt TV series. Like,
Also,
that's
real quick,
also
sorry, I
kind
forgot
of
about
what
it. I just
thought
watched The
about
Terror,
Yeah.
right in line with The Terror.
Yeah,
Similar.
that show rocks.
That show did rock.
That show different type of different.
No,
type of
different
thing
type of
with
show,
it.
but same corn.
Yes.
Corn with a K.
Okay.
It's fucking corn. Like you're gonna have like, oh, these people in Antarctica, and some fucking ghost monster comes out and eats child. Oh yeah, this is fucking stupid fucking thought process. Like, let's not turn horror movies into some like Shakespearean thing. It's stupid fucking movie. They're a bunch of stupid
To be
movies.
fair, you are a what's his fucking name? Jonathan?
Andrew.
No, I know you're. No, I know.
George
But like to
Romero,
be talking
Stephen
about like
King.
to be talking about like Shakespearean type horror movies, like you love Clive Barker.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like when we're making a stupid horror movie, let's keep it.
This one, I think, takes itself pretty seriously, though.
It does. It
really
takes
does.
itself
It
almost
does.
too
Yeah.
seriously, but it works in so many ways. Like I
It's
find
just a
it.
ghost
I find no,
story.
but I find it so corny, and then I'm like the glowing eyes. It's so stupid. And I'm like, I love this.
It's really
so
only
good.
in the last
No, it's
5
so
minutes. though.
no. It's not only in the last. The whole movie is fucking corny as fuck, but it's so well done.
No, I'm saying you only really see the glowing eyes.
Oh, well,
in the last
that's
5
part
minutes.
of the corn. That's like one kernel on the cob, like you know.
By the way, so to piggyback off what Andrew said, this was shot on a budget of $1.1 million and returned $21.3
the set
million.
pieces, phenomenal.
Yeah, that setting is fantastic.
It looks
One of the
great.
most.
Everything about the movie looks
Dude, I
great.
thought I was at Quail Hollow. I was like, "Where's Scotty Scheffler getting arrested?" Oh,
So
Scotty.
I think that is a big time salute to Dean Cudney, who was the cinematographer in the movie. That's his name.
It's fine. Nobody knows that guy's name. It's just weird that you're like Dean Cudney.
He's
I
been
know this guy
he's done a lot of
is
movies.
a huge. Is a huge.
What is with you?
Is a huge Cudney. I don't know.
He's fucked up. That's what's up. He's fucking all fucked up.
I just thought that was funny for some reason.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Rob Bottin did all of the practical effects in this movie, just like he did the Thing practical effects,
Oh, that
which
makes sense.
I know in our Thing episode, I called him Rob Bottin like an asshole. So I
Bottin.
apologize. Rob Bottin. Oh my god. Ugh, what an
Yeah, but it
asshole.
was
Bobby
was he
Bottin.
poutine? Like poutine?
Yeah, Putin, like Putin. Anyway, so this movie is shot on a budget of $1.1 million, returned a budget of $21.3 million at the box office. Rotten Tomatoes, by the way, this has to be current to today. 75% critics, 65% audience. To which I say,
75%?
audience?
That's it.
suck my dick.
No, but that's even 75%?
Yeah.
I give this like a solid like 80.
Again, updated through 2024, though. This was not that well reviewed at the time this movie came out. So like
Yeah, but we've all
many,
seen this
many
movie.
other John Carpenter films.
Now you just saw it.
Yeah, but
You've never heard of it.
High
You've never
marks.
seen it.
No,
Like,
high
what are you
marks.
talking about?
No, I'm just saying give it
did
high
give
marks.
it high marks. But
Yeah,
I'm just
give it
saying,
high marks.
You're acting like everyone knows.
No, I'm just
like, you
confused. I'm just
watched
confused
it.
who watched it. Who's like, who sucks? Who
Okay.
is that person?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's horror. Like, there's always gonna be.
Oh, this movie didn't have enough substance to it. Yeah, I don't know.
But again, this is another one of those movies that has become a John Carpenter cult classic
Yeah,
later on in life.
I just think it's one of those.
So I
something to watch
asked
that's like,
you,
John Carpenter
people
movie
that
doesn't-
are listening to this that grew up in the 80s, what the fucking hell is the matter with you people? Like,
yeah, I'm confused.
how do you look at The Thing? How do you look at this movie? How do you look at anything that John Carpenter made?
Body bags. That's a good movie.
That was the 90s, technically. I
Still
believe.
good though. Yeah.
Like, how do you not give this guy more credit than what? Like, it seems like he's due more credit than what is
he
due.
deserves his flowers.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
confused.
what
I'm
the
confused
fuck?
that no one likes this movie.
I don't understand either.
65%.
75% is not.
That's fine.
But,
But that's,
again, that is
for a John
like,
For a
Carpenter
movie
movie.
that's been out for fucking
through
44 years.
2020
Yeah,
through
that's-
24.
yeah.
So not accounting for all. The
I'm more
years in
concerned about the
80s.
fan score.
Yeah,
You said 65%? That sounds-
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is definitely one of the more under the radar
Yeah.
Carpenter movies. It's definitely not like a movie that, like, I know people that have seen it, and like I know people that I bring it up, and they're like, I've never even fucking heard of that.
Well, I've never
So,
seen
yeah,
it before.
It's
this. I just
interesting
thought it was very
because
good.
so I learned today when I was rewatching this movie, or when I was researching this movie after rewatching it. So John Carpenter was shooting for a PG rating for this movie,
I
Okay,
can
that
see
makes
that.
which
sense.
you
because
can
this-
see because there is no blood.
Also,
This is less bloody than Halloween.
Mike. This is
Nothing. There's no gore.
This is definitely a Goosebumps episode, and that's why you really.
I think
Oh.
this would play as a great double feature with the Poltergeist.
This is also a great episode of Tales from the
Goosebumps.
Crypt
Oh, yeah.
for sure. This
Yeah.
is my
Well,
Oh
Tales
my
from
God,
the Crypt
yeah.
is not always very supernatural. It's a little more
It's a
of,
little
like,
realer.
murder
it's a real,
and
like
mayhem.
murder myth.
Yeah. But I would say maybe a Tales from the Dark Side.
I don't know what he's talking about. Masters of Horror, perhaps.
John Carpenter did you ever watch that?
I need to watch that.
It's a lot.
I
They're
keep
like
reading about it.
long.
Like
Like,
an hour.
Yeah, but like they feel like an hour. And like not all of them are great, but it is worth
Because I know
watching.
that I heard the
Because
first
a lot
one,
of them pay
I heard the
off.
first one is Don Coscarelli. Like,
Yeah, he's
what's
dude.
up?
It's like everybody's in it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, oh,
but
let's
like
see.
they pay off. But like I'm due for a rewatch because I haven't watched those in fucking years.
There's only 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, I think
And
they're
that was
on.
on
I think they're
HBO?
on Tubi,
A Tubi.
which Tubi is. It's like my fucking favorite, dude.
Well, yeah, if I
Tubi
can
and
watch
Shudder.
something for free.
Well, dude, like their selection is fucking insane.
Well, they probably have everything.
But I don't know how they do it. I know you have to watch some ads, but like that doesn't.
Maybe
really,
that's how they get to
that
do it.
doesn't
'cause
really
like, you
bother
pay
me,
for it
though.
because the ads are paying for it.
because people are like, "Oh, I can't do it with that." I'm like, "Whatever, dude. Like, you don't watch fucking anything else."
And also,
Like,
there's ads on everything.
everything.
Now.
Yeah,
Your Spotify ads.
sports,
Porno
ads,
you're watching ads.
commercials. But it's just like I have to rewatch it though. But yeah, Tubi is fucking. I love Tubi.
Tubi has everything.
Tubi and Shudder are really.
Freebie's really good too.
Shudder kind of almost like dipped for a minute, and now they're on a great upswing. They definitely have a lot of great movies that aren't available anywhere
There's-
else right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Shudder's always up there.
Well, they I don't know. They dipped for a minute when they had their
Renaissance.
Well, they had that, and then they kind of like went through changing hands for a minute, and everything kind of got weird, and then now Shudder's back fucking firing away. But with Tubi's got everything. Yeah, Masters of Horror.
To
John
be or not to
Carpenter's
be.
got has a at least one episode
Yeah.
on there.
It's
So.
Toby Hooper, Carpenter, and
Everybody.
Coscarelli.
Yeah.
So
And
to piggyback off that, have either of you guys seen Cigarette Burns, which is the John Carpenter Masters of Horror
Yeah.
episode? Really good. Oh, so good.
Mhm.
Very. Norman Reedus from Walking Dead in that. Very good.
you mean Boondock Saints?
Boondock Saints, Walking Dead, all
Same
this
thing.
stuff. Have you seen
Irish douchebag.
it? He's not Irish.
Yeah, his name's not Irish. Is he not Irish? No,
What's his name?
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, and he
Sounds
happens
like
to
an Irish
play an
person.
Irish guy in the Boondock Saints. He also happens to play Daryl in The Walking Dead.
Oh,
He's
so-
not necessarily an
oh.
Irish guy.
I assume he's Irish.
No, he's Irish.
No.
He's got to be at least Scottish.
No, he's an American guy that plays an Irish guy.
I'm an American guy,
Yeah.
but I'm also Irish.
Also-
Same,
yeah.
same.
What does that
Same,
even
but I'm
mean? I
saying
don't know
he's
what you're
not. He's not like a.
I'm looking it up.
He's not like he doesn't have an Irish brood.
No,
he's
He's
not
not very.
The
he's
Irish
not, he's
brother
not
is
very.
fake. He's an American
I also
guy.
write Norman Reedus.
He's not very.
That's
What's
not
his name?
right.
Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keegan. Barry
I
Keegan.
can never fucking say this kid's name. dude.
He is from
Keegan.
he is from Ireland.
Yeah.
He's an Irish guy. Yes.
Colin Farrell.
He's an Irish guy.
Well, they do say he's an
Did you
American
guys see
actor. So
the? I know you saw the Banshees of Inisherin.
I loved it.
Mike, did you ever see that movie?
Loved it. It
Oh,
was
okay.
great.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
very,
crazy.
very, very good. Very, very good. All right. So anyway, so the Fog, guys,
The Frog.
the Frog. Yes, I understand that it is definitely a different type of movie than
It's
most of-
cornball. It's cornball as fuck. And I love it for what it is, Mike. It is, Mike. Don't pretend like it's not a cornball.
I don't think it's
movie.
that corny.
It's so corny.
Why?
It's just fucking corny. Oh, it's a priest who maybe pedophile.
You are no. There was no pedophile stuff.
Yeah,
No,
they might
at
have been
all.
at the beginning.
No,
With Bennett.
no. That was
Guy-
John Carpenter playing.
I understand, but
A
that guy
role.
looked ready to get the fuck out of there. He asked him.
Because he wasn't getting paid. That was that's
Dude,
why.
can you pay me? And the guy was getting hammered. And he's like, "You need to stay here." That was some pedophile shit, dude. That fucking whole scene was like, "This guy's Bennett's about to get fucked."
Oh my god! But anyway, I don't necessarily
Anywho.
agree with you that this movie is that corny.
I don't either. I don't
Yeah,
think
think it's
I
corny?
don't think
No,
so.
I don't.
No.
You don't think this movie is corny as fuck?
No.
First off, we have Tom Atkins.
Dude, like,
no mustache.
you know what I think's corny as fuck? Children of the Corn.
Oh yeah, well that's
Sure.
yeah, that's obviously the most corny movie that's ever existed. But that doesn't mean
But,
that this
like-
movie isn't corn.
No, dude, it's really it's fine. Like I think it takes itself seriously. It doesn't do anything that's crazy over the top. It's a pretty standard kind of like ghost story.
It is. It's very much so, and I think it's actually a very good ghost story.
Yeah.
I think that when it
Which is fine.
kicks
If you think
into-
it's corny, it is what it is. But
that's
Oh,
fine.
I think it's. What do you think?
I have a question for you. Whenever
do you think
whenever you're done.
Phantasm's corny?
no, not really.
No,
Okay, all right, fuck you, fucking ruin my fucking. Doesn't be like, oh, you think that's corny? So that's why.
No, I think, but
No,
I
yeah,
think
it's the
that
same idea.
Phantasm's a little more of an over the top.
all right.
It's over
So
the top,
Andrew,
but-
I know
yeah.
you're not a big John Carpenter guy,
I am
and you're
not a big
Okay.
John Carpenter
Wait a
fan.
second.
I
So
love John.
I'll ask you
Carpenter.
this, and Matt, you can answer
Don't
these questions.
Pose
as well.
me to be something I'm not.
Is The Fog better? I know the answer here. Is The Fog better or worse than Halloween, in your opinion?
I like Halloween better.
Of course,
Halloween
as do
is
I.
better, yes.
Okay, and so
And
that
I don't even like Halloween.
that's I say you don't like Halloween, so by the transitive
But-
property, you don't like John Carpenter pretty much.
No,
you
like,
only like The Thing,
I like his music.
so you don't even really like The Thing either. Is what you're saying?
Do you like They Live?
The thing, and I like the thing is.
Okay.
The thing is a whole different.
Is The
fucking
Fog
level.
better or worse
No.
than?
It's worse
They
than the
Live?
thing, and they live. They live in the thing are way better. They're
Okay, is
so
it better
much
or worse than Big Trouble in Little China?
Big Trouble in Little China? That movie that we're talking about? That movie?
It's a John Carpenter
I
movie.
understand, but that movie is fine. It's nothing to do with this.
All right,
movie.
fine. Let's talk
Big
about
Trouble in
let's-
Little
all right,
China.
wait a
We're
second.
talking
Let's talk
that
about
movie?
John Carpenter horror.
Yes.
Better
let's-
or worse than Prince of Darkness?
Ooh, Prince of Darkness, number one.
Okay. Better or worse than what's the other one?
In the Mouth of Madness.
In the Mouth of
And the Mouth of
Madness.
Madness, A number A2, A1, A2.
Okay, so that,
Yeah,
that's
because you know what I like. It's
that's what you're
Lovecraftian
into.
kind of
So you
fucking-
did. That's fine that you didn't like this movie. So
I didn't say I didn't like it.
You called it
Basic.
solid.
You've been funny because you say that you really liked it, but you're like, it's so corny.
No,
But I
because I,
get-
like corny.
I know, I
movies.
get what you
80s.
mean.
This is 80s corn all day.
I just don't think it's 80s corny.
I don't
Dude,
think
like-
it's that
so
corny.
it is corny.
It,
Like,
it
you
takes
just-
itself
you got
very,
this-
very
you-
seriously.
It does,
Killer
just
Clowns-
because you take yourself seriously doesn't mean you're corn. You're this 80s babe. I'm talking from Bantonio Bay. We have some sex tonight. We're going to talk about the fucking lady that's
She
talking.
never once said anything like that.
No, but she might as well have said that. She might.
She's
as
a
well.
radio personality. Corn, 80s corn is like
She
Killer
was
Clowns
screaming over
Monsters.
Mm.
No, yeah,
What do you
I
mean,
guess
no?
that is just straight corn.
Return
Okay,
of the
so
Living
this
Dead
is,
is
this
80s
this
corn.
is unpopped cornels. We're just gonna call this
Cornels.
cornels. Unpopped kernels.
This is a different form of corn.
Yeah, it's different corn.
Killing.
It's a good corn. It's
good, Karen.
it's a respectable,
Kettle corn.
proper type of
This is
corn.
kettle corn.
Yeah.
I-
There's different levels, right? There's corn
There are
and then
different levels.
there's corn and then
Well,
there's
I didn't.
corn.
So I didn't know that John Carpenter had originally meant for this to be a PG-rated movie.
You did.
But that makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
when I do watch
There's
this movie,
no
I'm like,
point.
there's like nothing that would
Nothing
warrant
about
this
this
being
movie
rated R. At
other
all.
than the old man having sex with a young girl.
Which I mean,
Which there's no
Which at
it's
sex.
this
not
point-
like
there's no
yeah, you don't
sex on
see
screen.
anything. Yeah,
There's no nudity.
They
It's
clearly
implied.
had sex.
I know, but that's what I mean. It's
Of
implied.
yeah,
course,
so
yeah.
you're not gonna, you can't get it. There's no
Andrew, you could also look at
Dude, Tom Atkins
so
is-
many
you
movies
can't get
in
a
the
one.
80s where there was
44 and 20.
implied sex that was never actually
Can we just
shown on
admit Tom
screen.
Atkins creep?
No.
Maybe not Tom Atkins.
No.
The
He's
role,
a
though-
gentleman.
Yeah, but the role is a creep.
Okay,
He's
he was
like not like a weirdo.
he was written and portrayed
She
as a
literally
creep.
asked him if he's weird, and he said yes.
But he's just like flirtatious and
In the
smooth.
movie,
Yeah.
she said, "Are you weird?" He said, "Yes."
Yeah, but he's like not like
So he's a fucking weirdo.
okay, but
He just didn't have a mustache.
he just hooks up.
That's
with
the problem.
babes.
If he had a mustache, no questions asked. This guy's a stud with a mustache. I'm not gonna question that.
By the way,
the by.
Adrian Barbeau, the radio host,
He's a barber.
patented her voice, who was married to John Carpenter at the time this movie was produced, by the way. Modeled her voice after Alison Steele, who was a female disc jockey from the 1960s, who was known as the Nightbird.
Dude, I would night bird with that bitch any day of the week.
Yeah, Adrian is it Barbeau?
And Carpenter
She's a babe.
wrote the role specifically for Adrian Barbeau.
That was one of the things too.
Yeah.
Sarah was like, "Why do I know who this lady is?" And I'm like,
So she
"She's
is an
the
actual person.
she's the mean lady from the
Creep Show.
Creep Show,
Mhm.
and with the crate, the monster in the crate,
That's correct.
The older one.
By the way,
the original Creep Show. Yeah,
No, but not the.
she's like the drunk lady that's like the the one the
Badgering
fluffy-
him?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that she's just
who's
being a
also
fucking
Hal, it's
monster.
also Hal Holbrook in that.
And Hal
Yeah.
Holbrook
Yeah.
is in everything.
He's great. He's
He's
great actor.
fantastic. He's
Yeah.
awesome. In this.
Yeah. And he's barely in this movie.
No, but he plays the biggest part at the end of this movie. Slams.
You want to hear something funny? You know who was originally chosen for this role of Hal Holbrook's role of the priest?
Kevin Bacon.
Nope.
1980 Jack Nicholson.
Christopher Lee.
Oh,
Oh, what a wild.
The role of Father Malone was originally offered to Sir Christopher Lee, who believed the character to be, quote, the father of the community. However, Lee proved unavailable, and Hal Holbrook was eventually cast.
Lee also was probably one of the most famous actors of that time period.
He was, yeah. Obviously in the horror genre too, as well. So
Dude, Christopher Lee, shut up. You listen.
he
Yeah.
probably listened to too many people like you who are saying, "This is fucking corn. You don't need this. This is beneath you,
No,
Christopher Lee. you
I'm
fuck."
also talking about corn.
you're a
in the-
hammer Dracula.
Also, I appreciate corn. Corn is appreciated. I'm not pretend like it isn't.
Fair enough.
Just either a spell with a K or a C. I don't give a fuck.
Here's one thing I have to mention too. So while driving to the lighthouse, Stevie, by the way, flips around the radio dial and a broadcast confirming the search for a ship called the Seagrass is heard. Voice mentions a sweep south of Whately Point in Arkham Reef. Both Arkham
Arkham
Reef and the
From Batman?
surname
Are we talking
Whately,
about Batman right now?
Nope. References to H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
Because,
that's fair.
as you probably know, Arkham Asylum has
Is
always been a
from
throwback
Arkham.
to H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, that's true.
And John Carpenter loves himself some H.P. Lovecraft. So,
Arkham.
that's that. So,
So, interesting little tidbit.
mhm.
The line, a Coke and a stomach pounder, is what the child in the movie asked for. Like,
True.
you remember that? Remember that line?
Yes, yeah.
Coke and a stomach pounder.
I didn't know what that was. Yes, I had
so
no idea.
he
what
asked
that,
for a
that kid was
Coke and a
talking
stomach
about.
pounder. I
Yeah.
went, what the fuck is a stomach pounder? And it's actually, according to John Carpenter, a workout, like a gym workout, like you're doing a stomach pounder. But he thought it sounded
So he's
funny
punching in the stomach.
as a style of food. So he was referring to it, the kid was referring to it as like some type of food, as a
Mhm.
stomach powder.
What is it?
It's just a workout like at the gym.
But what's the food?
It's not a food. There's no food. He just made that. He's just like, it sounded good. He's
If
like,
I had to guess, I would say like a double barrel hot dog.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Or like a
Double
double
two
smash
skin-
burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a
Stomach
stomach
pounder.
pounder. I was
Something
like, I
that's
like
probably
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
That I would definitely eat. Like a
Something-
fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Some
No, I
sort
thought
of
that
big,
was
greasy.
Interesting
food.
though that he just made that up. He's like, I like stomach powder. Also, the music in this movie rocks.
Yes.
Oh, the music is great.
100%.
John Carpenter is
the
always
best.
going to be great at.
Dude, they all sound like the same soundtrack.
I mean, if
There's
you're a fan of
subtle
synth,
differences.
synthy music, which
I love it.
if you like Carpenter movies, this is certainly going to give you the synth music fix for sure. Yeah, you absolutely get it here. It's
Yeah.
great. It's fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Great. Fantastic. Fantastic. You guys want to hear a little bit more about some other horror movies that came out in 1980?
Let's do it.
Matthew,
Michael.
Alligator came
Love
out.
it.
Oh my god, I fucking love this movie so much.
I can't believe we haven't
What a
covered this
great
yet.
creature feature. It's certainly gonna happen soon.
This will be on 100% will be on Evolution of Horror this season too.
Yeah. Okay.
We got to
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The Godzilla episode was a lot of fun to listen to. It was very
So I need to
interesting.
go back and listen to those. I've been very good about sharing what I've been listening to for podcasts on the Hometown Horror podcast page on Instagram. And dude, I've been listening to so many horror podcasts.
Yeah, I saw you were checking out
Yeah, I'm trying to-
what's that paranormal one that you were listening
Oh,
to?
the British one, Uncanny.
Oh,
That
okay.
was one
Yeah.
that's really good.
And then you had the other one,
Otherworld.
Otherworld. Justin McLaughlin
Very
recommended
good.
it. Yeah, that's
he
a good
loves
one.
that one too. So, anyway, Alligator, great movie,
Banger.
great practical effects by Stan Winston, fantastic. Matt, we also got Altered States, which is directed by Ken Russell,
It's a
starring
banger.
William Hurt and Drew Barrymore, and probably one of her first film roles.
Yeah,
I would
she was
imagine, right?
Small child.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Okay, fair enough. Matthew, Cannibal Holocaust came out in 1980. I know it's a movie that you have been itching to cover on this show
Oh, it's gonna happen.
for quite a while. It's gonna happen. It's gonna make me uncomfortable. It's gonna suck. But I mean, hey,
I'm gonna make it not suck for you though.
there's definitely
It's an important
a
movie.
reason that it is so important in the horror genre for Cannibal Holocaust. But anyway, different type of movie. Also came out the same year. The Changeling.
Great movie.
Great
George
movie.
C. Scott.
Yeah, yep.
Love it.
Anytime you watch one of the horror countdown things,
It's there.
it's there. It's a good one. It's a very good one. We also got Christmas Evil.
I think I picked this on our horror Christmas draft
You did?
last year.
You did.
I
So
love this
included it,
movie.
Yeah.
This is a fucking awesome Christmas horror movie. Really, really good. I watched it being like, this is gonna be fucking stupid, but I was like, wow, this movie kicks fucking ass.
Which
dude.
one was this?
Christmas Evil?
Christmas
It was the
Evil.
one where the guy, he's basically he keeps like a book of all the kids that are like
yeah, he's
naughty.
a fucking weirdo.
He's a
And he
weirdo.
rides
He's
a
a
van
freak.
around at the end.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
movie's fucking weird. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
It's good.
So good.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Interesting.
favorite
Yeah.
Christmas movies, actually.
Funny story. I keep a book about it.
No, as soon as I was like, wait a minute, is the guy driving around the end? He's like fucking. He looks like Paul Simon. I'm like, who the
Yeah,
fuck is
yeah,
this
he
guy?
does. Yeah.
It's not Paul Simon though. Never said that was Paul Simon.
Also in 1980, we got Lucio Fulci movie called City of the Living Dead. Seen that one?
Banger. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Hell
Great.
yeah. I love
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie. I
Good,
own it.
Good. The first movie that we've covered in 1980 on this podcast is Friday the 13th.
I already spoke my piece.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What's your piece on that, Mike?
Not
You
my
really talked about your.
not my favorite. Not my favorite. But
What do you
I
give it? 6.5, 3.2?
probably a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I mean,
Alright,
I
fair,
understand.
fair,
I understand its importance. I get it, but
I don't-
No one's
it's-
interested. You're important. What do you mean?
The interesting thing about Friday the 13th is it's one of those franchises where the first one isn't even the best one.
right.
It's 2, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's funny? It's like
3?
you could ask me.
Probably
It
3 or
depends on the
4.
day of the week. I ping pong.
So
between 2
maybe
and
that's
4.
my problem. Maybe I have to watch the other ones.
2 and 4 are 2.
I've seen
2
1,
is
and I think that's the other one
probably
I've
the
seen.
best one, but I love 4. So I kind of flip
2
flop.
and
But I
4.
think 2
Alright.
is the best.
I'm gonna
Okay.
watch those.
Fair enough. We also got in 1980, He Knows You're Alone. We also got Inferno from Dario Argento.
You just
Matthew.
skipped that other one.
Mhm.
I have. No,
Yeah,
I
He knows
when
you're
nobody
alone? What is that-
responded
what is
to
that- What is
that-
the name of that movie?
He knows.
Oh, that was the
You're
actual name of the movie.
alone.
I've never
Yes.
heard.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
just was sitting here like,
Nobody
what?
responded,
What are you
so
talking
That's like one of Tom Hanks.
He Knows You're Alone. We also got Inferno from Dario Argento. Macabre from Lamberto Barba. So there's a lot
I've
of
never seen
Italian
that,
artists here.
I love Barnabas.
The second movie that we've covered in this podcast from 1980, Maniac.
Yep, I love that movie.
Love that fucking movie. We also got Motel Hell,
That's a corny fucking
Mm.
80s movie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The Awakening,
It's up there with like
never seen that.
The Monster Club, which is not the Monster Squad. This is the Monster Club with
this is
Vincent Price.
This is the actual group that Mike has at his house every weekend.
Yes, the Monster Club. that
12-year-olds
hangs out.
are like, I like
We also got
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
What the fuck?
New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. Ooh, my
See, I've never
God.
seen that.
Night of the Demon also came out in 1980, along with, let's see, Prom Night, Terror Train, and the third movie from 1980 that we've covered in this podcast, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
So Jamie Lee Curtis had 3 movies she was in
Mhm.
this year.
This Halloween.
Well, no, she did The Fog, Prom Night, and Terror Train.
Oh, that was in the same year?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I know we've talked about this before. I think it would actually be a very worthwhile exercise for us to revisit certain movies. I
Yeah,
think
you've mentioned
revisit
this a
like
few
The
times.
Shining?
yeah, we no, yeah. If we were
Let's
to
redo it.
revisit The Shining, considering it was our second episode of all time, Matt wasn't here.
I think
We were
I
very
don't know
new
why
at
these haven't
podcasting
been
at the time.
erased at this point. Can we just
We
delete those
can't.
from?
We can't. We
no,
can't erase that.
no, we
You can't forget where you came
can't
from.
No,
erase
we
that.
can't. We can't. I
No.
would prefer if we did.
What are you embarrassed about? You didn't do anything wrong. It was pretty much me just sitting there like ooh.
It sounds terrible. No one wants to listen to that. Not just. I'm not saying just you. I'm saying just in general. Can we delete? The option to delete it is there. So,
It is.
and then we can do a redo.
We're not
a
gonna do it,
redux. A redux. I
A
want to do
redux,
some redux.
We can revisit certain
And then
things.
you
And
put it-
I
you
think we
post it as
should
one.
do it. I think we.
I
should.
think we should do it and delete the other ones.
Well,
Am I wrong?
maybe
Is
if
that not
we
wrong?
were to
Is that
do a
wrong?
Patreon type of thing, maybe we could explore that at some point. But anyway,
I think we should delete
People
those.
pay money to
I
hear
think
all
we
the
should.
fucked
I
up
think.
episodes.
I think we should delete those episodes in general. The first 10 episodes were terrible. Were they not?
You got watch. There's gonna be a
I
big
mean-
spike in all the fucking.
Dude,
early
people can
episodes.
listen to this. I like
This is
You
good
guys are
marketing.
Insane.
I remember our first episode was Krampus, and then it
Dude,
was
I'm surprised we haven't been canceled.
It
yet.
Follows, The Shining, and I don't remember what the remaining 7.
I
were.
remember there was one when I was like listening back to you guys' older episodes, and it was the 28 Days Later one, and it starts with like a
Scream.
bone shattering scream, dude. I think it was Craig.
No, Craig.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Definitely
right.
Craig was
Yeah,
on
yeah,
board.
yeah.
Craig was always screaming.
Fucking
It's so loud, dude. It's fucking insane. I was like, Jesus.
I can't hear
Drove off the
anything.
road.
terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible.
I try not to listen to any of these episodes because I can't stand myself. It makes
Which
me-
is why you're like,
makes me
oh, let's
painful.
let's redux.
Yeah,
Let's
because those
redo.
other ones were terrible. I know that much. Our first 5 were bad, right?
I mean,
You think?
we certainly tried to be good, but
I understand that, but they were probably. Are they bad or not?
I mean, they're probably bad. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're probably
obviously,
bad.
Mike, they're bad.
Yeah,
So
they're
we'll
probably
redux.
All right.
Redux.
Okay,
We'll
fair
do
enough.
The Shining. We'll do.
Well,
It
anyway,
Follows.
I think at this point we should probably quit while we're ahead. For fucking fuck's sake. All right, guys, what else on The Fog?
I like it. It's not Carpenter's best, but I still think it works. It's like I said earlier, it's a necessary stepping stone for him to get from Halloween to The Thing,
Yeah,
and then Escape from New York also it's
Escape
not
from New
exactly-
York is
I love that movie.
it's not exactly horror, but that's probably, if we were to like look at his entire catalog, it's probably the best movie he's made.
Mhm.
In my opinion. But it's just his evolution as a director is very, very cool to see.
Is this movie better with Kurt Russell or Tom Atkins
Kurt
What,
Russell.
The Fog?
as the main character?
Give me
Yeah.
Kurt Russell
No, Tom Atkins.
over Kurt Russell.
Ooh.
It's just the way the movie is, dude. Tom
I mean,
Atkins
it's wild,
is
but
him.
Kurt Russell might be a bit much.
Kurt Russell's he's not
He's too
like
big.
that guy.
Tom Atkins is
Kurt Russell's all business.
Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins
He's
likes
just
to
the
party.
guy that shows up.
He likes to
And
party.
he's like, I heard you had a vagina. And she's like, yes, I did have a vagina. And he's like, can I fuck said vagina? And she's like, well, if I have a vagina, you might as well fuck it. And then, yes, that's what happens. So that is exactly why this is Tom Atkins.
Okay.
Because he was fucking said vagina.
And Kurt Russell's like, you want to drink some gas?
Kurt Russell's
Mm-hmm.
like, do you have a problem with LA?
You want to yell at
This?
this? You want to yell at this computer fucking chess
wanna
game?
Dump Jim Beam on this computer.
Mike,
Or
Kurt
Jamie
Russell.
Bitch.
Kurt Russell gets
Yeah.
an A+ in any
I know.
right.
I know.
Favorite
I
actor?
was-
He's got to be your favorite actor.
up there.
Oh.
Easily. Yeah, up there.
Your love for the Thing makes that he's your top actor.
I do love that he was in The Hateful Eight.
Oh yeah, that too.
It's a great
Yeah,
movie. Great movie. Great.
love that Tarantino essentially did a tribute to The Thing.
What's your second favorite movie?
what, Carpenter or
Just
like?
in general.
in
I'm just
general?
curious, like your second favorite movie. Because we know it's The Thing, right? Number one.
No, you like Jaws.
No,
It's either
No, Mike, you
good
like Jaws.
Goodfellas, Jaws, or The Thing. I would say are amongst my top 3 movies of all time. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
I was just curious. Like where it landed, and I forgot that you like Goodfellas and Jaws, and
Oh my God.
you just like your
Goodfellas is
sharks
best.
to be like actual sharks.
like my sharks to be Italian people. So when they're like yelling,
Yeah, pretty
they're
much.
like, fucking hey, oh,
Hey,
Oh,
hey, it's
hey.
me, Mike. Yeah, I know I don't got no
Hey,
fucking
walking.
gold chains.
even though I'm not
yeah,
Italian.
but, but
Hey
I'm
yo,
telling
I'm
you,
walking
I
here.
ain't
I'm
done
walking
fucking
here.
cocaine.
Hey,
Well, I think it's time to go. I think we're
Yeah.
done. We
We're
good?
done.
I think
We're
it's time
done.
to go.
Good night, everybody.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a great evening tonight. Thanks so much for checking in with us, talking
Andrew, do you
about The Fog.
preemptively have a movie for next week already?
Yeah,
in mind?
yeah. What's that?
Oh, I think I did have one in mind for I would Brandon Cronenberg's Possessor. I like that movie.
Sick.
That's what we're doing next week?
Yeah.
Cool.
right, so we're doing,
You've
uh,
seen it. You've seen
Yep,
it.
Yeah.
yep,
right? All
of
right,
course.
we've all seen it. All
So we're doing Brandon Cronenberg's Possessor next week, courtesy of Andrew. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of America's Hometown Horror. Guys, say goodbye to your audience.
Good night, everyone.
right. Be
Andrew.
less aggressive and not smash my fist. So, good evening.
Oh, you cry,
Smooches.
you cry about it too. It's also a thing. You do.
I like that.
Hey everyone, it's Mike from America's Hometown Horror, and I want to say thanks again for listening to another episode of our show. If you're interested in more local Plymouth podcasts, I'd highly recommend you check out the shows from our friends over on the Inebriart Podcast Network. In addition to America's Hometown Horror, you can find shows from Inebriart, The Old Colony Cast, Bar Talk, Theme Park Legends, and Retro Redoctopus, so head on over and give them a listen.